Welcome to IELTS.net podcast. Mastering IELTS Speaking, How to Describe a Time When You Overcame a Fear. As an experienced IELTS speaking examiner, I understand the importance of being well prepared for the speaking test. One common topic that often appears in IELTS Speaking Part 2 is describing a personal experience, such as overcoming a fear. This topic not only tests your language skills, but also your ability to articulate personal experiences and emotions. In this comprehensive guide, we'll explore how to effectively answer questions related to describing a time when you overcame a fear and provide sample responses to help you achieve a high band score. Part 1. Introduction and Interview. In Part 1 of the IELTS speaking test, the examiner may ask you some general questions about fears and overcoming challenges. Here are some potential questions you might encounter. Do you have any fears or phobias? What do you think is the most common fear among people? How do you usually deal with stressful situations? Do you think it's important to face your fears? Why or why not? Let's look at a sample answer for the first question. Do you have any fears or phobias? Sample answer. Yes, I do have a fear of heights. It makes me feel really nervous when I'm in high places, like on tall buildings or mountains. I try to avoid these situations when I can, but sometimes it's unavoidable. Sample answer. 8-9. I'd have to say that my most significant fear is acrophobia, or the fear of heights. It's quite a common phobia, but for me, it manifests as an intense feeling of vertigo and anxiety when I'm exposed to elevated locations. This can range from mild discomfort when I'm on a balcony to severe panic if I find myself on the edge of a cliff or the observation deck of a skyscraper. While I've made efforts to manage this fear, it's still a challenge I'm working to overcome. Part 2. Long-term cue card. In Part 2, you'll be given a cue card with a topic and some bullet points to guide your response. Here's a sample cue card related to overcoming a fear. Describe a time when you overcame a fear. You should say what the fear was, when and where you experienced this, how you managed to overcome it, how you felt afterwards. Sample answer. I'd like to talk about the time I overcame my fear of public speaking. This fear had been with me since high school, and it always made me very nervous whenever I had to speak in front of people. The specific incident I'm thinking of happened about 2 years ago when I had to give a presentation at work. It was a big project, and I knew it was important for my career. I felt really anxious in the days leading up to it. To overcome this fear, I decided to prepare really well. I practiced my presentation many times in front of a mirror and asked my friends to listen to me. I also watched some videos online about public speaking techniques. On the day of the presentation, I was still nervous, but I felt more prepared. I took deep breaths before starting and tried to speak slowly and clearly. To my surprise, the presentation went quite well, and my colleagues seemed impressed. Afterwards, I felt a great sense of relief and accomplishment. It was a big step for me, and since then, I've become more confident about speaking in public. It taught me that facing your fears can really help you grow. Sample answer, Band 9. I'd like to recount an experience where I successfully conquered my long-standing fear of public speaking. This phobia had been a persistent challenge since my adolescent years, often manifesting as intense anxiety and even physical symptoms like sweating and trembling whenever I found myself in situations requiring me to address an audience. The pivotal moment occurred approximately 2 years ago when I was tasked with delivering a crucial presentation at my workplace. This particular project held significant implications for my career trajectory, and the stakes were undeniably high. In the days leading up to the presentation, I experienced a palpable sense of dread and apprehension. To tackle this fear head-on, I embarked on a comprehensive preparation strategy. I meticulously rehearsed my presentation countless times, both in solitude before a mirror and in front of a supportive audience of friends and family. Additionally, I immersed myself in resources on effective public speaking techniques, consuming a plethora of online videos and articles on the subject. On the day of reckoning, while remnants of nervousness lingered, I felt significantly more equipped to face the challenge. I employed various techniques to manage my anxiety, such as controlled breathing exercises and positive self-talk. As I began my presentation, I made a conscious effort to modulate my speech pace and maintain clarity. To my pleasant surprise, the presentation unfolded seamlessly, and I noticed visible signs of engagement and approval from my colleagues. In the aftermath of this experience, I was overwhelmed by a profound sense of accomplishment and relief. This event marked a significant milestone in my personal and professional development. Since then, I've observed a marked increase in my self-assurance when it comes to public speaking engagements. This experience served as a powerful reminder of the transformative potential of confronting one's fears and the substantial personal growth that can result from such encounters. Part 3. Two-way discussion. In Part 3, the examiner will ask you more abstract questions related to the topic. Here are some potential questions and sample answers. Examiner: why do you think some people are more fearful than others? Sample answer, Band 6-7. I think there are many reasons why some people are more fearful than others. It could be because of their past experiences or how they were raised. Some people might have had bad experiences that made them more afraid, while others might have been protected too much as children. Also, I think personality plays a role. Some people are naturally more cautious than others. Sample answer, Band 8-9. The variation in fear levels among individuals can be attributed to a complex interplay of factors. Firstly, genetic predisposition plays a significant role, as some people may be inherently more prone to anxiety due to their neurochemical makeup. Secondly, environmental influences such as upbringing and past experiences shape our perception of threats. For instance, someone who has experienced a traumatic event may develop specific phobias or a generally heightened state of fear. Additionally, cultural factors can significantly impact fear responses, as different societies may place varying degrees of emphasis on caution and risk aversion. It's also worth noting that education and exposure to diverse experiences can modulate fear responses, often leading to a more balanced risk assessment ability. Ultimately, the interplay between nature and nurture results in the wide spectrum of fear responses we observe in individuals. Do you think modern society has created new fears that didn't exist in the past? Yes, I definitely think modern society has created new fears. For example, many people now worry about things like identity theft or privacy on the internet, which weren't issues in the past. Also, with social media, there's a new fear of missing out or not being popular enough online. Climate change is another modern fear that's becoming more common. These are all problems that didn't really exist or weren't well known in previous generations. Sample answer, Band 8-9. Undoubtedly, the advent of modern society has given rise to a plethora of novel fears that were non-existent or inconceivable in previous eras. The rapid technological advancements of our time have spawned anxieties related to digital privacy, cybersecurity, and the potential for AI to surpass human control. Social media, while connecting us globally, has paradoxically led to fears of social isolation, online harassment, and the pressure to maintain a curated online persona. Moreover, the looming threat of climate change has introduced a new dimension of existential dread that transcends individual concerns, encompassing fears for the very future of our planet. The fast-paced nature of modern life has also contributed to fears of being left behind economically or professionally, leading to what some term as techno-stress. Additionally, the globalized nature of our world has brought about fears related to global pandemics and international conflicts that can have far-reaching consequences. While these modern fears present new challenges, they also offer opportunities for innovation in coping strategies and societal solutions. Key vocabulary and phrases for high scores. To achieve a high band score in IELTS speaking, it's crucial to use a wide range of vocabulary and complex sentence structures. Here are some key terms and phrases that can help elevate your response when discussing overcoming fears. Phobia, noun. Phobia, an extreme or irrational fear of something. Example, my acrophobia made it difficult for me to enjoy the view from tall buildings. Conquer, conquerb, to overcome or successfully deal with a problem or weakness. Example, it took years of practice, but I finally conquered my fear of public speaking. Anxiety-inducing, adjective, anxie-inducem, causing feelings of worry or nervousness. Example, the thought of giving a presentation was extremely anxiety-inducing for me. Coping mechanism, noun, menism, a strategy or behavior used to manage difficult situations or emotions. Example, deep breathing became my primary coping mechanism for dealing with stress. Gradual exposure, noun, spa, the process of slowly introducing oneself to a fear-inducing situation. Example, my therapist recommended gradual exposure to help me overcome my fear of flying. Resilience, noun, resilience, the ability to recover quickly from difficulties. Example, overcoming my fear taught me a lot about my own resilience. Transformative experience, experience, an event that causes a significant change in one's perspective or behavior. Example, facing my fear head-on was truly a transformative experience. Self-efficacy, noun, self-efficacy, belief in one's ability to succeed in specific situations or accomplish tasks. Example, successfully overcoming my fear greatly increased my sense of self-efficacy. Examiner's advice. As an IELTS speaking examiner, I recommend the following strategies to achieve a high score. Practice regularly. Familiarize yourself with common IELTS topics and practice speaking about them fluently. Use a variety of vocabulary. Incorporate advanced vocabulary and idiomatic expressions naturally in your responses. Develop your ideas. Don't just give short answers. Explain your thoughts in detail and provide examples to support your points. Work on pronunciation and fluency. Pay attention to word stress, intonation, and connected speech to improve your overall fluency. Stay calm and confident. Remember that the examiner is there to assess your English, not to judge you personally. Stay relaxed and speak confidently. Listen carefully. Make sure you understand the questions fully before answering. It's okay to ask for clarification if needed. Be honest and authentic. While it's good to prepare, avoid memorizing answers. Speak naturally and draw from your own experiences and opinions. By following these tips and practicing regularly, you'll be well prepared to tackle any topic in the IELTS speaking test, including describing a time when you overcame a fear. Remember, the key to success is not just in what you say, but how you say it. Good luck with your IELTS preparation. For more IELTS speaking preparation tips and sample answers, check out our articles on describing a person who has helped you overcome a challenge and describing a time when you had to confront a challenge head-on. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed this episode and found it helpful, make sure to follow our channel so you don't miss out on more valuable content coming your way. We've got a lot of exciting topics lined up, and we'd love for you to be part of the journey. Hit that follow button and stay connected with us for more insights and inspiration. See you in the next episode.